Stephanie Kimball. Today is September 9th, 2020, and I am here again to talk to you about the 21-day challenge on racial justice. Today is day 9 of our 21-day challenge, and day 9 is to read about the Doctrine of Discovery on the Facing Racism website. I can put a link to that website in the description of this video. So we're going to talk about the Doctrine of Discovery today. And this can be a hard topic for Christians to talk about. It's a hard one to process. So I would just like to again invite you to go from a place of certainty of what you think you know and what you have always known, and go to a place of curiosity and to seek true understanding of this topic. The Doctrine of Discovery had a huge impact on the history of this country, of the world, and the history of racism in this country and all over the world. So it's a very important topic. Basically, the Doctrine of Discovery was first articulated in 1452 by Pope Nicholas V. And it was an idea created under religious and then later under secular law, which states that when a European country was the first to discover non-European land, the country had legal right to the land. The doctrine defined any people who were not Christian less than human and unworthy of land ownership. So basically, the doctrine made anyone that wasn't a Christian or European to be unworthy, as if they had no soul. So they were not capable of owning land or managing their land, so they had the right to take it. So according to the website, the Doctrine of Discovery authorized and justified the destruction, killing, and appropriating of the lands of indigenous people and nations. It also was incorporated into U.S. law in the 19th century when the U.S. Supreme Court case ruled Johnson versus McIntosh in 1823, stating that European nations had assumed domination over the lands of America upon discovery, and as a result, Native Americans had lost their right to complete sovereignty as independent nations and retained a mere right of occupancy in their lands. A U.S. Supreme Court as recent as 2005, the city of Sherrill versus the Oneida Nation, utilized the Doctrine of Discovery as a legal precedent for the final decision. This doctrine laid the groundwork for the genocide of indigenous peoples around the world, the colonization of Africa, Asia, Australia, the Pacific Islands, and the Americas, and the transatlantic trafficking in persons used as slave labor. The 222nd General Assembly in 2016 called the church to confess its complicity and repudiate the Doctrine of Discovery. This action also called for a review of the history of the doctrine and the writing of a report on the doctrine. So if you go online to the Facing Racism website, there are all kinds of articles and things to read about how the Doctrine of Discovery has affected the history of the U.S., Native American history, and the history of racism. So I challenge you to go on and discover some new things about the Doctrine of Discovery and how it's affected this country. And that is it for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.